Computer terms. This tutorial describes common computer terms and operations. Definitions of computer parts include photos. Computer operations are demonstrated in the video. A typical home computer system has these parts. The monitor is the display device connected to the computer. It looks like a small TV set, and some systems use an actual TV set as their monitor. Speakers, these reproduce the sounds from programs or files stored on your computer. The keyboard, this is where you type text for programs or text needed for computer commands. The mouse is a control used to select programs or files stored on your computer so that they can be opened, copied, moved, or deleted. Here's a close-up of an Apple and a Windows mouse. The Windows mouse has two buttons on the left and right sides. These are used for different functions. There is a thumb wheel between them used for scrolling text. The Apple mouse can be used on a Windows computer. For the Apple mouse and for some of the Windows mice, you press on the left or right sides of the top to use the buttons. You can scroll text with the Apple mouse by moving your finger down the top surface. On an Apple computer, you can perform the same gestures on the top of the mouse as you can on Apple touchscreens, touchpads, or on iPads. To continue with the computer system, the tower contains all the computer electronics. All the other devices are either plugged into the tower or connect to it with Bluetooth, which uses radio. An all-in-one computer looks very much like a monitor with an attached keyboard, but it has the speakers and the computer electronics built into it. There is no separate tower. All other devices are the same as for a tower computer. Other devices you may find useful with your computer. Microphone. You can record on your computer, make phone calls, and so forth. Headphones. Another way to listen to sounds for your computer, and they make spouses happier than the speakers do. Gaming headsets like this one have an attached microphone for recording or for playing computer games. Thumb drives or flash drives. Small portable storage devices as large as 128 gigabytes or even more. They plug into a computer's USB ports or into a USB hub, which is like an octopus plug for USB connections. Thumb drives can be plugged into another computer to transfer data. External hard drives. There are two here and one behind the telephone. They provide extra storage for your computer. Smaller ones are powered through the USB connection. Larger ones, like these, have a separate power cord. Like thumb drives, you connect these to another computer to transfer data. We've described the physical parts of a computer system. Now we'll describe how the items stored on the computer, files, shortcuts, and programs, are represented on the display. Then we'll demonstrate computer operations in this video. We'll demonstrate how to copy, delete, move, or open stored items. The desktop is everything you can see on your monitor. The taskbar usually appears at the bottom of the desktop. The user can store items anywhere on the desktop above the taskbar and can store certain items on the taskbar. The cursor is the pointer that moves on the desktop when you move the mouse. This part of the tutorial shows only the lower left quarter of the desktop, so items are large enough to see clearly. Icons are small pictures that represent things stored in your computer, such as files, folders, or computer programs. A file is a collection of data stored on your computer, such as text, music, pictures, or a computer program. This is a text file. Another couple of text files, that's a song. Those are programs, shortcuts to programs. A shortcut is an item that points to items stored elsewhere on your computer or to a web page on the internet. Shortcut icons have an arrow on them. These are shortcuts to programs. These are shortcuts to folders. That's a folder, and that's another shortcut to a folder. A folder is like a physical file folder. It contains stored items such as other files, other folders, or shortcuts. Folder icons look like an open file folder. A shortcut to a folder, and a shortcut to a folder. A window is a rectangular area on the desktop that shows the contents of an open file or folder or computer program, or shows the contents of an open text file, or it may show information about your computer. Using the mouse. If you're using a laptop, you have a touchpad or a joystick instead of a mouse. They work differently from a mouse but do the same thing. I recommend you use a mouse with your laptop because, in my opinion, they're easier to use than the touchpad. Left click. Move the cursor over an item, then press and release the left mouse button once. This is also called a click. To select, you select an item by left-clicking it or clicking it. The selected item is highlighted. Double click. Move the cursor over an item, then press and release the left mouse button twice within 1 second. To open an item, double click it. For a folder, the folder opens to show the contents. Windows for other items may display text, or they might display a picture when opened. Opening a shortcut is the same as opening the item the shortcut points to. Opening this file displays text. Opening the shortcut to the file displays the same text. To exit most programs, if it's an open file, you can close it by selecting Close from the menu that appears when you click the upper left corner. Another way to close a window is to click the X box in the upper right corner. To right-click is to press and release the right mouse button once, and you get a list of choices. I know some of the list is above the recording area, but the choices are things like copy, delete, create a shortcut, show the item's properties, and so forth. If you right-click an empty area on the desktop, you get different choices, such as sorting the items on the desktop or changing the way the desktop looks. To drag an item, move the cursor over an item, press and hold the left mouse button, then move the cursor. When you release the button, the item moves. To right-click drag an item, you do the same thing, except you use the right mouse button. When you right-click drag an item and release the button, you get a different set of choices. The choices are then copy here, move here, create a shortcut here, or cancel. But you can also cancel by just clicking somewhere else on your desktop. That's the end of this tutorial, and thanks for watching.